मुंह खोलो।
I'm feeling very tasty, very tasty. Hi, Aneela.
Bye, Mummy.
Happy birthday.
Bye.
Hi friends, welcome to my video. This week I'm sharing a recipe for something called a moonglet. This is a combination of two words. The first word is moong, as in moong dal, it's the mung bean, and the second word is omelette. However, this is not an omelette in the traditional sense, obviously, because it doesn't use eggs. Instead, it uses a batter which is made from the mung bean and any of your favorite vegetables. It's assembled all together with a few other ingredients, and then it's prepared stovetop in a skillet, and it puffs up and creates something with a similar texture to a quiche, but it's not cheesy. It's just spicy and full of vegetable goodness, and I'm not really describing it very well, but I think you'll get the idea when you watch this video. So here I give you the moonglet. Let's get started. So in order to make the moonglet, we are going to start with some soaked moong dal. These are mung beans without the shell. They've been soaked for about 3 hours, and I'm adding them to a small blender. I'm also going to add just a little bit of water, not too much. All the measurements are down below for you, by the way. And I'm also adding a bit of ginger. You can add a nub of ginger. My ginger is grated, makes no difference. Some turmeric, some coriander powder, a little bit of red chili powder, and of course, some salt, which you can always adjust later on as we go. In addition to these ingredients, you can add a green chili, which is optional, and a little bit of garlic. Then blend everything up into a smooth batter. And I'm going to let you know that this is not a concept that I invented. I saw this in someone's food travel vlog. It's actually a really popular Delhi street food item, and I'm going to link the video down below for you so you can check it out. This is just my take on the moonglet. Here you can see I've emptied my batter into a bowl. I've added a little bit of water into the blender to see if I can get out any residual batter. But what I have here is a smooth batter with no lumps, and it's not too runny. I'm just giving the salt a little bit of a check. Seems fine to me, so I'm going to go ahead and add all of my veggies. I'm going to add fresh coriander, which is an herb, some corn niblets, and then I have some onion, tomato, and green capsicum. You can add any veggies that you have in your fridge, any little leftover bits and pieces of things, just throw them into the batter. This is a great way to finish up any kitchen vegetable scraps that you may have. I'm going to be cooking this whole thing in one skillet, and I do want it to rise a little bit, so I'm adding a bit of baking powder. And I'm also going to add a tempering or a tadka. I think this is optional, but it really does add an extra layer of complexity to the moonglet. The tadka is simply some mustard seeds, hing, also known as asafoetida, and some fresh curry leaves in a bit of vegetable oil over high heat. You want to get those ingredients crackling, get them aromatic, and then you apply this tadka or tempering directly into the batter and give it a stir so that it's thoroughly incorporated. Next, I'm adding just a little bit of baking soda. Again, just trying to get this to puff up a bit, trying to get some air, some aeration into the batter, I suppose. And now it's time to cook the moonglet, so I'm adding a bit of vegetable oil into a skillet over high heat, and I'm pouring all of the batter into this nonstick skillet. It's a deeper dish skillet, so that allows me to put the entire batter. It accommodates all of it really nicely. You can see that there's already a crust forming along the outside of the moonglet, and I felt really encouraged when I saw that because I really wanted there to be a beautiful crust. I'm topping this off with a little bit of shredded carrot and beet. This is more aesthetic than anything else. Also, I really like toasted sesame seeds, so I'm adding some toasted sesame seeds. As I said, this is just my take on the moonglet. You can make any adjustments that you want as well. Then cover it up and cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes. You might want to turn down the heat a little bit. And while that's cooking, I'm going to show you my foster kittens. Well, they're not mine anymore because they've actually both been adopted, but they're just so cute, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a kitten update, so here they are. Now 5 to 7 minutes later, hopefully the moonglet is mostly cooked. It's probably about 3/4 of the way there. I'm just making sure that the sides are not stuck to the dish somehow, and luckily, maybe because it's a non-stick and I used enough oil, the sides are not stuck. I can lift the moonglet easily from the dish. I'm going to flip it onto another dish simply because my skillet, it's not even really a skillet, but the dish that I was using, although it's deeper, it doesn't really allow me to flip the moonglet easily. So I flipped it onto another flat tawa, and I'm just finishing off the underside, which is actually the top of the moonglet. That could take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. As you can see, it does have a beautiful crust, and that is the most delicious thing about this moonglet, is that crust. The crust is very crusty. And there it is. That's the moonglet. It's puffy, it's packed with vegetables, it's quite attractive, I think. It's holding its shape, which is the most important thing. And here I am transferring it to a dish. This is something that I made for breakfast, but I think you could make it even as an afternoon snack. It would be really great. It's relatively healthy, although we used a bit of oil. It's packed with veggies and protein. And here we are sharing the moonglet with Mummy.
चलो हम आपके लिए बर्थडे गा लेते हैं।
अच्छा, yes. Okay. Happy birthday to you.
I am very happy to report that Mummy liked the moonglet. She thought it was a good idea. She and I have something in common in that if we see a recipe we think we can make, we have to try and replicate it at home.
So easy to cut, Mummy.
बड़ा अच्छा है, very good, very good.
बहुत ही अच्छा है, अनीला।
Thank you.
Cheers. मम्मी बहुत टेस्टी है। या अनीला बनाएगी या
सभी के लिए बनाऊंगी।
आप यहाँ पे आओगे तो यहाँ बना लेंगे।
हाँ, ज़रूर बनाऊंगी। I'll make for everyone.
Okay, मम्मी, good night.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday once again.
So there you have my take on the moonglet. As I said, it's not my invention. It's puffy, it's crusty, it's full of your favorite vegetables, and I hope you like it. If you give this a try, let me know by writing to me down in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Show my channel some love by subscribing. I'll see you next week with a new video.
You're supposed to show me the bottom, but you ate it.
So good.